Combining decorative stitches in a memory or combi mode, as the sewing machine manual states, is kind of fun because then you can start to put together combinations and let them kind of be a whole new idea for you. So start off by pushing the home button and then arrow down to the combi mode function. Touch OK. When you're here, you can select from the alphabets, the decorative stitches, or the practical stitches. So we're going to go ahead and do decorative stitches first. You can go ahead and go in here. They will give you each of the menus. You can pick your stitch right from here, or you can touch them in with the keypad. So if you know what stitch you want, for example, if we want 711, we can just come over here, 711, and it will start to show up here at the top of the screen. And let's do the heart, 712, and then that will put that in. So you can see my combination starting to grow. A memory has 100 spaces. So you could fill that up if you wanted to do a quilt label, and it would say for the first line, this quilt was made by, with letters and spaces. You could go ahead and put that in, sew it out, delete it, and then go ahead and put in your next line. So those 100 spaces can get used up quite a bit. But if you just need 2 patterns, you're going to put 2 patterns in. When you want to put something else, you're going to come over here and you can push clear, and that will delete one at a time, or there's a place where there's a trash can, it will delete the whole combination. So it's kind of fun to try some different things. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do 730 and show you another option. I'm going to put this in 2 times, 730. That stitch is a nice little, what looks like a little eye, but when we're going to mirror image it. So if we want to go ahead, we're going to return back a couple layers here. When we want to go sew, we're going to move over to the needle and stitching function. This is going to take you back to where you sew from, a screen you're used to always having when you sew. I've put 2 patterns in here, and you can see there's a 1 and a 2. So if I arrow down and I want to take the second one and mirror image it, now they'll kind of flip-flop as I stitch. I'm going to just sew a little bit out as I go here. This is a nice quick one, great for using with decorative binding or something, and you can kind of see that it, as it overlaps itself and it goes back and forth between the mirror image functions. Pattern begin when you're done. That will end it. It really looks fun, and see how long it is? It really stitches out quick, so it's a 1, 2, 3, and away you go. So now if we want to delete this, we're going to go back to the home button, go back to the combi mode, arrow down, touch OK, and then come all the way over to the trash can and touch OK. Now, let's go ahead and do something else. We'll just pick some random stitches here. And how about stitch number 705, 105. That's going to show up. We'll just do 106 or 706 and 708. Now, if you find yourself needing to do a little editing, maybe you wanted one of those stitches, maybe a different stitch at the beginning. Let's do that. So you can arrow up, and what it'll do is it'll move your cursor into where your combinations of stitches are. And wherever that little dotted line, there's a little dotted line, that would allow you to insert in front of or in between something. So then we can come back and type in our number, or if we want to just come down here, we can just pick a stitch and it will jump right where your cursor is. So you have complete editing control. If you find, oh, you know what, I don't want that one anymore, come over to your clear button, push clear, and it will remove it and everybody will scoot forward. Once again, touch return and return again. Arrow over to the needle and thread, touch OK, and you'll be able to stitch. If you want to change any settings for these decorative stitches, you can arrow down to the, like let's say we want that a little bit longer. If the stitch is on the screen, that's the one you'll be altering. So if you go ahead and make that longer, we just made that stitch twice as long as it normally is set up, and then we could maybe change that one to be maybe a little narrower. So you could adjust things as you go and then stitch it out. When you're stitching, if you go ahead, if you only want it one time as the pattern, I don't know what I'm going to get here, but we'll just go ahead and go for it. Push pattern begin anytime during the sequence. And since I left it on pattern 3, it actually just finished pattern 3 and then stopped. So let's, now that we're back at the beginning, we'll push pattern begin, end, and it'll stitch out the 3 patterns showing us at any time during the pattern which one it's on, and then it'll finish at the end. Yep. So we made one stitch really long, and we made one very narrow, so we kind of got to tweak a little of everything. Always stitch them out, see if you like it, and then move over to your project. Once again, to delete, touch your home button, arrow down to the Combi Mode, arrow over to the trash can, and touch OK. One last note about the memory. If you have something stored in here and you turn your machine off, it will be retained. The machine will remember the last items you put into memory if you haven't cleared them off forever.